Like Doug said, I'm Eddie Hannigan, for those of you who don't know me. But I sit in the office in Royal. I've been there about 3 years. I'm starting my 4th year this month. And Ron Hizzard started me 1984, so I finally made my way up to Premier. The NBE, no basis established contract. You establish your futures on this one. You know, it doesn't really say that. You think it's a basis thing, NBE, but you establish your futures on whatever month you want to go to. It leaves the basis wide open. You normally like the futures, and you set them, and then you don't like the bases, you're waiting for them to narrow up. And that's why you do one of these. It's a pretty good contract. It's been around a really long time too. But the bases can also go the other way. They don't always have to narrow. You know, you're thinking they're going to narrow up, and they might not, so it could go against you. What I was thinking also with an NBE, you got the future set. So with that said, you know, you're just sitting there with the future set, you like them, but there might be something come up in the world, something changing in the prices. I was thinking about this. We could throw a call at that. And you can make it a minimum price contract. And still no basis set against it, but you'd be an NBE with a call, minimum price contract. So it's really something nobody ever looks at, the old NBEs. You just call them heads to arrives, but we call them NBEs. They're just a contract you don't really look at a lot. A few of you in here probably trade them. I know a couple up front here, we trade them at Royal, but they're kind of forgotten a little bit, and that's why I kind of want to touch base on it some. They do have a cost. You can see your costs here, guys, gals. 0 to 11's 3, 0 to 11's 5 on the beans, and so forth on the other months. You'd be looking at those right now for your new crop, and so forth. But the best benefit on this for you guys would be the bases. If you're wanting the bases better, then you like the futures, set your futures, wait for the bases, for one thing. When Doug got here the first time, he made the switch on all our fees for these, and he made them more attractive and a little bit more competitive. But that's about the first thing Doug looked at when we got here. Yeah, you can see that they're not bad. If you look around at any other facilities, companies, we're probably about right in line with our fees. Futures, knowing when to price, you know, you kind of look right in there. June, July, right before July, good pricing time to set your futures if you're looking at doing a NBE. A little bit beforehand, you look at your 30-year, your 15-year, your 5-year, and so forth. You can kind of see when you might want to price when you could, a good time to do it. And once again, you got to set your basis sometime before harvest. And looks like about right in harvest is about where they're at. You got 19, 22, and 19, except Opnov. And looks like a pretty good time to set them all in all on the corn. Soybeans, you kind of see it pretty erratic there for the 30, 15, and 5. Pretty much you can see, I would say you probably get Brazil and Argentina in there a little bit, making that erratic as it is. But still, your June, July is a pretty good slot in there once again for setting them. And then for setting your bases, July, August, September is also a pretty good time to set them on getting at a price contract is all. But that's all the slides I got. I'm
going to cover today our NBEs and historical futures and basis and look at some different pricing windows. Usually I'll look at the basis values for Toronto and Sydney historically over the last 10 years. We see the November, October September timeframe. That's where our basis has typically become the narrowest. Right now, Toronto and Sydney basis for fall is about 2,500. You see, we have got down to 1,900, 2,200 has been about the average. Doing an NBE costs you 3 cents. We're right about there right now. I have a feeling that once we get closer to harvest, we're going to see these basis values start to narrow up because we don't have such a big carry like we have had the last couple of years. We're going to have a very small carry going into this crop. I think the market's going to call for that grain to come to the elevator and harvest. And it's going to do that by narrowing up that basis for us. Historical basis values for Toronto and Sydney on beans shows us the best time to set the basis for fall is in July, August, September. Those values are much narrower in August and September. Historically, where we're at right now is about 3,000, and that's pretty common, right? But again, with beans, I have a good feeling that by the time we get closer to harvest, the market's really going to be calling for us to bring those beans in during harvest time, not put them in the area. It's going to give us that signal by shrinking up that basis.